Paris is a city of inspiration. Every corner you turn is a picture-perfect view.
Oui. C'est magnifique. On pourrait être en Bourgogne, dans la Loire.
With so much beauty, it's not surprising Paris is full of art, artists, and artisans. And I can't wait to meet some of the best.
60 meters under the street of Paris. What's going on? This is amazing.
I am Guillaume. I was born and raised in Paris, and I learned to be a chef in some of the greatest kitchens in this city of light. Now, after 30 years, I've returned to explore each of the 20 arrondissements of Paris, one by one, to discover the best cuisine and to show you how much food drives this city. Today, I would serve a crispy pork dish with mushrooms from deep underneath the city. And the art of Paris inspires a light and fluffy soufflé. The 17th arrondissement is a tale of two cities. It's a mix of village life and grand boulevards. In the north, it is very working class. In the south, you will find yourself at the Arc de Triomphe and the expensive boutiques on the Champs-Élysées. The middle of the arrondissement has a foot in both worlds. This is Les Batignolles district, and it's an exciting neighborhood. The streets here are small, but they are packed with specialty wine bars and bistros serving top-quality produce. The place I want to visit is not far from Boulevard des Batignolles, on Rue des Dames. It's a small bar where the owners are focused on perfecting just two things, crepes and cider. And I've heard they do both better than anyone. My mum is from Brittany, the home of cider, so I reckon I'm a pretty good judge.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va bien?
Ça va et vous?
Ouais, très très bien.
Bienvenue.
Très content d'être ici. Ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas goûté des cidres.
Bah, on en a plein ici, donc vous êtes au bon endroit. On a 25 références de cidre et de
25.
poirée. Ouais. On est spécialiste du cidre, on est le premier bar à cidre à Paris. Donc ça, c'est un cidre qui vient du Morbihan, Bretagne. C'est une base de demi-sec, aromatisé naturellement à la châtaigne. À la châtaigne.
Chestnut, wow. Oh, la pomme est... Boum.
Elle explose avec la châtaigne qui vient donner un petit côté rond à la pomme et ça marche très bien. Nous, c'est un de nos best-sellers.
Moi, je trouve que le bouquet est vraiment...
Aromatiquement
ouais,
intéressant.
mais aussi très rafraîchissant.
Ah ouais.
C'est...
Alors là, on va être sur quelque chose d'un petit peu plus sec.
The cider is delicious, but by the fifth glass, I'm starting to wonder about my balance if he shows me all 25 varieties. Then the cocktail starts. Cider mixed with ginger, lime and gin, certainly it's the spot.
I think it's very dangerous, this cocktail.
But I'm pleased when I hear a hot pan sizzling and the aroma of cheese wafting from the kitchen. And I'm excited to discover Brutus are doing crepes with a différence.
Et voici, Guillaume, des petits samosas de sarrasin.
Génial, ouais.
Chèvre, poivron mariné, paprika et sauce miel pour accompagner le petit samosa.
C'est génial, c'est génial. C'est original, quoi.
Ouais,
Je m'attendais pas du tout à ça.
Bah exactement. En fait, c'est ça qu'on a voulu... En fait, on veut dépoussiérer l'image de la crêperie. Vraiment traditionnelle, où c'est sombre, il y a des bateaux au mur, des peintures de bateaux au mur. Nous, on voulait de la lumière, des choses qui changent, aussi bien dans les verres que dans l'assiette.
Que ce soit à la mode, quoi.
Voilà,
les vieilles crêpes, c'est fini, quoi. C'est bon, il n'y a rien.
Non, c'est très bien. Mais à Paris, on a besoin d'avoir des choses qui sortent un peu de l'ordinaire.
C'est génial, merci beaucoup.
Cool.
J'ai adoré.
All this delicious apple cider has me inspired to cook pork for dinner tonight. But before I do, I will be traveling underground for some ingredients. Paris is known as a city of light. The reason? It's all thanks to the brilliant white limestone of the Paris apartment that reflects the light so beautifully. But the city of light also has a dark side. The limestone was excavated from underneath the streets, leaving a maze of tunnels. Back in the 1800s, there was a huge industry of farmers growing mushrooms in those caves. Now, there are once again restaurants in the 17 getting their fungi from under the city. On Rue Raymond Queneau, you can find the entrance to a mushroom cave, if you know what you're looking for. A tiny sign that reads, "La caverne is my only clue." As I walk into this car park, it feels like something is about to go down. As it turns out, it's me. All the way down to the bottom floor, where my guide, Jean-Noël, has created a living, breathing food farm.
Good to see you guys. Wow! C'est les endives alors?
Ouais, c'est les endives.
60 meters under the street of Paris. Look at that. Like, what's going on? This is amazing.
Donc les petites feuilles, c'est celles qui sont vraiment très amères. Hein.
Ouais,
les
bien sûr.
dans le pied. Hein.
Ouais.
Donc elles se mangent.
Ouais, d'ailleurs, mon père, il adore la fin de l'endive parce que, vous savez, c'est ce qu'il y a de plus...
C'est ce qu'il y a de plus amer.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Donc il n'y a pas de photosynthèse
Ouais.
pour les endives, hein, c'est en noir, c'était découvert. Et les champignons, c'est pareil, ça pousse dans les sous-bois, sous les feuilles des arbres, ils n'ont pas accès à la lumière du soleil naturelle directe.
How much mushroom do you do here? Like
30 tons per year.
30?
Yeah.
That's a lot of mushroom.
Of shiitake and oyster mushroom. And
yeah.
we grow nearby 1 kilometer away in another underground car park, 50 tons of white mushroom, Paris mushroom. Donc, les bottes de paille, elles sont mangées par le champignon. And what you can see, white stuff, it's mycelium. Mycelium?
Okay. Yeah, mycelium.
It's the body of the mushroom.
Yeah.
This mushroom, it will double its size every 24 hours.
Every 24 hours?
Yeah, it will grow very fast. That's why in a forest, some days none of them, and the day after you can see mushroom everywhere. That's because in a forest, in a natural environment, they will grow very, very, very fast to avoid being eaten by predators.
We saw the endive, we saw the mushroom. Who's getting them?
Who's getting them? Mainly restaurants, collective restaurants, and organic shops.
And all in Paris?
All in Paris. The new generation, you know, I see them every day, and they eat less meat, of course.
Yeah.
And they are more and more vegan, vegetarian.
Yeah.
So they need new mushroom.
And we're lucky to have this abundance of great mushroom in Paris.
I've scored a bag of the best Paris mushrooms. It's time to get back to my kitchen for a delicious pork recipe made with a creamy mushroom sauce.
I just love champignon de Paris. I grew up with champignon de Paris. We have them raw in the salad. My mum loved them raw in the salad. But my grandmother used to love them à la crème. So today we're going to do champignon de Paris with few of their brothers. So I got some pleurote, a very gentle, refined mushroom. I got some champagne mushroom. Why is that called champagne? Well, think about it. I think that's why it's called champagne mushroom. And the shiitake mushroom, a very strong flavor mushroom. So I think we've got a very well-balanced variety of mushroom there who will go perfectly with a beautiful pork cutlet. But I've got one more thing with it, some cider. Yes, I want to use some cider with my mushroom. What I need to do now, I need to prep my mushroom, very simple. I'm just peeling my pleurote that way. I'm cutting my champignon de Paris, my shiitake, just roughly. My champagne mushroom, I'm just going to take the feet off and just do some nice, look at that. What a beautiful mushroom. I think I've got enough. 1 pork cutlet, a good handful of my mushroom. I've got a touch of butter in my pan. I've got my pork cutlet. Now I'm going to cook it. Such a beautiful pork cutlet. I wouldn't cook it more than probably 8 minutes. 4 minutes each side should give you the perfect pork cutlet. Always some bay leaves and thyme in the kitchen. And I'm just going to put a little bit of garlic. Look at that. So my pork is singing. I'm going to cook my mushroom. Just like that. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Here we go. A little bit of garlic. I put my garlic nearly at the end of it because I don't want my garlic to burn. Let me tell you that smell. You know where you are when you can smell the garlic like that? You're somewhere in Paris. And now it's time to deglaze my mushroom with some cider. Yes, apple cider. Look at that, just a little bit, not too much. And you know what I love about it? Is obviously some of the best cider in France come from Brittany and Normandy. And guess what else comes from Normandy? Cream. And we're going to put the cream into my mushroom and my cider reduction. A little bit of chive into my mushroom. My pork cutlet is ready. My cream's going to reduce. I got this beautiful pork jus I made with pork neck. It's just perfect for what I'm going to show you. So I use a variety of mushroom, but if you only have les champignons de Paris, I'm sure it will work as well. I'm going to put my pork cutlet. And to finish it off, just a touch of pork jus. Just on top of my cutlet, just like that. A little bit more chive into it. And voila. For me, it's a tombé of mushroom with the pork cutlet and that shine like the city of Paris. Bon appétit, mes amis.
From the work of artisans in the 17th, the next arrondissement is all about great works of art. There is something special about the 18th arrondissement. It's a district artists have always been attracted to, and art is still a feature of the streets here. Situated at the very top of Paris, the 18 is built around the charming Montmartre hill. The views up here are spectacular, and I'm sure for the artists of Montmartre like Picasso or Dali, their inspiration floated on the breeze. In the early 1900s, there were 30 moulins, or giant windmills across Montmartre, capturing the wind for irrigation and power. The most famous these days is, of course, the dazzling Moulin Rouge. However, there is another windmill further up the hill on Rue Le Pic called Moulin de la Galette, which is also famous for something else. Once upon a time, this moulin was an old bread mill. But these days, it's a cozy restaurant serving classic French dishes run by restaurateur Grégory Milot. However, Moulin de la Galette is best known for the great artwork he inspired. Like, it's not often you see a mill in Paris. Tell me about it.
A mill, yes.
Yeah.
We've got two left. This one, the Radet, which is the eldest one. And right at the back there, behind the leaves, you've got a second one called the Bleu de Fin. Monsieur Debray, that owned both of the mills, had a son who loved dancing.
Party boy.
Macaron, party boy, exactly. But very quickly, it actually became something else. It became a ball, a very popular ball that happened every single weekend and bank holiday. Saturday, Sunday, bank holiday. Le Bal du Moulin de la Galette that you got there by Renoir, one of the biggest impressionists.
The 18 was in the middle of the famous tax-free zone of Paris when drinks and whatever you want to buy was very cheap.
Exactly. That's why you can see on the painting, everything happens in Montmartre, stays in Montmartre.
And, you know, we look at the Renoir, but
Yeah.
who else was coming here? Because if Renoir was coming here and he was a center of artists, creator, you know, who else?
They were all here. Picasso, Toulouse-Lautrec, Modigliani, Van Gogh. They all had either a small studio apartment
Yeah.
or a small gallery where they used to paint in one of those small streets around us.
My goodness.
No,
Cheers, Gregory. Thank you so much for letting us into your oasis. Santé, mon ami.
Thank you. Merci. Merci beaucoup.
Renoir isn't the only artist to capture the beauty of this location. The Moulin de la Galette by Vincent van Gogh is a window to the time this hill was covered in grass instead of cobblestones. I've heard there is a secret garden still remaining in the 18, and it's there I'm hoping to find inspiration for my dish today. Montmartre in the 18 has always been about food. Once upon a time, the highest hill in Paris was farmland. And today, Montmartre village is still feeding Parisians at venues that blend fine dining and a taste of history. The Maison Rose restaurant and the Lapin Agile cabaret were two favorite haunts for struggling artists like Pablo Picasso and Maurice Utrillo. For these painters, inspiration comes in many forms, even the liquid variety. Between these two famous venues, on Rue des Saules, is a sacred garden with a long history. In the 19th century, Montmartre was covered in grapevines as far as the eye could see. Now, Vigne du Clos Montmartre is the last remaining vineyard in the 18. I'm lucky to be given a private tour by Jean-Manuel Gabert, who is part of the society looking after these beautiful grounds. Oui. C'est magnifique. On est au milieu de Paris, au milieu du 18e.
Et pas à Paris.
Moment, ouais, et pas à Paris. On pourrait être en Bourgogne, dans la Loire.
Et c'est un peu ça. C'est peut-être le dernier souvenir que la province ou la campagne aurait laissé à Paris. Et tout ce petit monde se mêlait avec les artistes du cru. Par exemple, Maurice Utrillo, le fils de Suzanne Valadon,
Ouais.
Devenu peintre de Montmartre. Enfin, ça faisait une communauté très particulière qui vivait un peu en marge de la ville.
Parce que nous faisons du vin ici.
Nous faisons du vin.
Voilà.
Voilà. Vous voyez?
Clos Montmartre, faites des vins.
Voilà.
Bon, on va le goûter.
Et voilà, vous avez le verre Clos Montmartre.
Ouais.
Hein?
Voilà, très
Hein?
belle petite dégustation.
Voilà. Parfait.
Voilà.
Voilà. Ah bah oui.
Ben,
Écoutez,
merci.
bienvenue à Montmartre en tout cas.
Ouais. Quelle variété de...
Alors, c'est encore une curiosité totale.
C'est une couleur assez intéressante.
Oui, très belle. Alors, il y a un rosé et un rouge. Et c'est adapté au multicépage de la vigne. Alors, on plante des vignes qui viennent de toute la France.
Ouais.
Et à l'arrivée, on a eu 30 cépages différents.
30 cépages différents sur ce...
Gamay,
compliqué.
Pinot Noir, Sauvignon, enfin, tous se
Santé,
mêlent. À la
santé,
vôtre.
santé. C'est assez épais comme bamier. Un
Il a une
bon
densité,
goût,
hein.
Ouais, 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 ouais.
Il a un fruité particulier, il a une singularité.
Il
C'est
est-
ce qu'on me dit en général.
Il est très parisien, ce vin.
Alors, peut-être récupère-t-il justement des terroirs de France.
Ouais.
Dans son histoire, mais qu'en même temps, il a peut-être cette espèce d'âme de liberté, de rêve de liberté, de fraternité de Montmartre, qui est de la commune. Alors peut-être
commune.
que la saveur du temps des cerises est là, puisque la chanson est née ici. Peut-être qu'il y a plein de souvenirs qui ont habité les artistes.
On fait combien de bouteilles
Alors on
par
fait
vintage
2000 bouteilles par an. Voilà.
Et qui,
De raisin.
où on peut acheter ça? Où la mairie de Paris décide de le donner?
Pas
ou...
du tout,
Bien
puisque
sûr.
d'emblée, on a décidé que ce vin ne serait vendu que pour aider les plus démunis. Et c'est toujours le cas. Donc c'est une association qui s'appelle le Comité des Fêtes, sans aucun salarié, qui va aider à la mise en bouteille, qui va vendre le vin au fil de l'année.
Et l'argent revient.
Et l'argent
à la
est
commune.
totalement restitué en repas de Noël et fêtes.
C'est génial,
Voilà.
c'est magnifique. Donc en fin de compte, le 18e arrondissement et Montmartre, c'est un endroit bondé d'artistes, de musiciens, de poètes et de Montmartais, de gens qui habitent à Montmartre.
Absolument.
Donc c'est très, très, très unique. Et il y a un souffle.
Je crois, oui.
Moi, j'aime le mot souffle
Oui.
de l'inspiration,
Je crois que c'est ça.
de création, qui est très Montmartre. Ben moi,
Absolument.
ce vin me donne une idée.
Ah.
Le souffle, la poésie me donne une idée. Vous savez ce que je vais faire?
Non.
Je vais faire un soufflé. Un soufflé, parce que ça, c'est ce qui m'inspire, le souffle de la création.
Très belle idée, alors.
Hein?
Là,
C'est pas
au
mal.
soufflet de
Au-
Montmartre.
au
alors.
soufflet de
et
Montmartre.
à l'esprit qui souffle
Voilà,
sur ses vignes
voilà.
et sur vous.
I could drink wine all afternoon in this beautiful garden. But when inspiration strikes, you have to run with it.
I'm going to show you how to make a soufflé. And this one's going to be a passion fruit soufflé. I've got beautiful copper pots, but it's very important to coat your copper pot with sugar and butter. Why am I using copper pots? Firstly, they look beautiful, but more importantly, the copper is a great conductor of heat. So I've got my 2 copper pots ready perfectly, and trust me, it's worth it to do it perfectly because that will make your soufflé raise nice and straight, okay? Now I'm going to whisk my egg white. Just nicely and gently to start with. Let's don't be too aggressive with my egg. It's all about bringing air into the eggs. The souffle of the air will raise my egg white. And now I'm going to pour my sugar. Voila. And you just have to be patient. Let the magic happen. And here we go. I am very happy with them. My eggs are beautiful. Look at that. They're just shiny, glowing, and full of hair. And I'm going to whisk it with my passion fruit jam. Passion fruit with sugar, you end up with a very simple jam. I just want my passion fruit jam to be lighter. Here we go. No more whisk. Now it's all about putting my egg white. That's beautiful. I want my passion fruit jam to mix into my egg white without taking the air out of my egg white. As you can see, my egg white are nice and yellow now because of my passion fruit color. I am very happy with that. And now I'm going to fill my copper pot. Why am I tapping? Because I don't want any bubble of air between my mix and my copper. And look at that. Not bad, huh? And now I'm going to use this little finger to do a circle. By taking 1 millimeter away from the ring, your soufflé will not stick when it starts raising. And it's ready. I'm going to put them in the oven. 12 minutes at 200 degrees should give us a good soufflé. And that's it. Just make sure you don't open the oven between now and 12 minutes. What do you reckon? That's how I call a soufflé. Is that the perfect soufflé? I believe so, and I can't wait to put my little kernel of passion fruit sorbet inside my soufflé. I'm a little bit speechless. Actually, the soufflé is taking my souffle away because it is perfect. My sorbet is melting into my passion fruit soufflé. Let's go. Bon appétit, everyone.
Next time in Guillaumes, Paris, I finish my journey in the arrondissement of my childhood. It's an exploration of the bohemian hub of the city with great drinks, great food, and the fascinating neighborhood of Edith Piaf.